Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on MoldPlus tools. My name is Dennis Ungaranu. I am one of the many Mastercam AEs here in the Houston, Texas office. So I have over 20 years of manufacturing experience and have worked on parts and projects just ranging from in a variety of different industries all around. If you are not familiar with MoldPlus, MoldPlus is an add-in to Mastercam, which integrates with Mastercam and brings in some enhancements and some of its own flavors and some of the benefits that helps create more efficient processes. Not only that, but increases some of the capabilities that you might not have right now. So they kind of have two different flavors, basically, sort of like two different product lines. One is the import tools, which is an advanced CAD translator, being able to import native files from some of the advanced CAD software out there, and the design tools, which utilizes advanced tools that makes your processes more efficient when making molds or dealing with surfaces, 5-axis machines, so forth and so on. So that one has several products under that product line, but we will get to that uh, once we go through import tools. So I'm going to show you a little bit about import tools. It doesn't take long. It's going to be just kind of a few minutes, but the benefits are amazing and they're great if they apply to you. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if we get into import tools is right now using version 9.6.6. And it gives you the capability that you might not have right now with Mastercam. And if you do, it's probably a little bit limited. And what I'm talking about is some of the advanced CAD software out there, such as CATIA, Pro E, Creo, um, Siemens NX, or Siemens JT type files. And it's able to import those native files directly from what that CAD software has saved out. And also, what's neat is that it brings in the MBD data, which is crucial. And in the MBD data, you'll find things such as like the GD&T information, and PMI notes and information, and it's all being brought into Mastercam. So no need to purchase a license of that expensive CAD software just to be able to just to be able to open that file and maybe export it as a step file or something that Mastercam can bring in. Now you have all that information for a fraction of the price. Also, being able to import those assemblies that have been created with those softwares. You could single out separate parts so you can manufacture a single part at a time, as well as quickly seeing or printing those drawings, right? The 2D drawings that you might use as references, but those have been predefined and the dimensions have been dimensioned out by the engineer. So you can print out the different views and send that off with the job traveler, send it to your operator, maybe utilize it yourself as the programmer, just to kind of have a second form of information that you can use when programming, and it'll help you out. So let's dive in to Mastercam, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So as you see, we got CAD tree, and we're gonna go ahead and import our first part, and that's gonna be a crankshaft. All right, there's quite a lot of information here. No, not really, not yet. But what there is you got some of these sketch planes, right? And I want to start programming this and working with this, but they're kind of in my way. So what's nice is that I can either click on these real quick. Um, I can say maybe sync with selection, and it picks it out on the side, blank them out. Good. Now they're out of my way. I can do that with anything real quick and just blank it out. Now let's say I need a copy of this, right? I'm going to print off a copy. Well, I can look and see there's the dimensioning, the MBD data that I was talking about. We have tolerancing that's in place, datums. It's all been predefined by the engineer. Probably has been signed off by quality assurance. And you know how some of these industries, they go through many different people in order to approve and release a part for production. So now you can quickly take that and just work in normal Mastercam and go and print it off and hit print, and now you got yourself a reference drawing. So we'll look at another part here that is an assembly as well. And as you can see, I can quickly just uncheck certain parts if I don't need them. I can bring in everything. And then once it brings in everything, I can quickly just start trimming away at what I need. And let's say this is a mold here and these two are in my way. So I'll just start kind of blanking them out, getting rid of them. Get rid of some of these bolts here. And maybe I'll just highlight everything and uncheck that one. And now I can quickly blank everything out and work on the part that I really need to manufacture. So quickly, now I have it in Mastercam and I can start, working with it directly. And then, another one would be a Siemens NX file. So same thing. We have our MBD data. We can take a look at different dimensions that's set up for this part. And if I have these sketch planes, again, I can quickly get rid of them, blank all that out, and then now I got a bunch of geometry. And what's neat is that it uses and integrates with Mastercam so well, uses some of the tools that Mastercam has. You're not learning something new. It's just like when you first learned to drive, that was the hardest thing to do. But then once you've learned, let's say you learn on a four-door sedan or a little coupe or something, and then you're trying to get into a bigger truck, a half-ton or three-quarter ton, and really you're not really learning to drive, right? All you're doing is just changing some things and learning some new things because of the bigger size of the vehicle, right? So you make some adjustments. And here too, this is kind of the way MoldPlus works with Mastercam. So I can use my masking tools directly out of Mastercam and select all my wireframe, and then go back into that CAD tree with MoldPlus, do sequence selection, and get rid of them all. Simple as that. So it works really well integrated. The integration with Mastercam works really well, and you're not relearning a whole different software. And like I said, you're not having to pay for a software that, CAD software that you might not use very much and then have to pay a lot of money. Here, you're paying a fraction of that price, but you still have the functionality of bringing in all that information of what you need in order to manufacture the part. So that's pretty much it with the import tools. Let's go ahead and dive into the design tools now and jump into that and take a look at what products we have available with design tools. So design tools is right now at the most recent version and interface is 14.0. Design tools standard and professional versions allows you to modify, extend, or trim different surface edges quickly and very easily. You don't have to use wireframe geometry, and you just save a lot more time when dealing with that and having to prep your surfaces or your part. Mold splitting is a simple 10-second single button click. It splits your core and cavity separation from the part, creates it, puts it on separate levels. You're done. All right, start programming. A really neat electrode maker tool is awesome, and if you have to create electrodes for different features of your mold, then this thing is by far a time saver and a money maker. And then also surface trimming, patching, maybe repairing or creating some junctions. So if you have certain type of parts and you need to kind of set up a what your material is going to be or your sheet, then this thing will, eliminate and simply work with a lot of different features to prep your work. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So as you can see, we got this door panel sort of, and I need to extend my surfaces out to this boundary. That's kind of like my sheet. And what I need to do is, this sheet is going to have excessive material and I need to trim it out. So we can take a look and see how quickly we can do that. And also what's neat is that if you have a specific length that you need to extend, you can do that as well, right? But I've kind of created a sort of a boundary uh, that's sized to what I need, and I can just click on that part here. Go ahead and change my boundary there. And start extending. All right. So everything's extended out to that boundary line. Come over here and start extending out to this one. Grab that corner. So you can chain the tangent edges or a single amount as well. And sometimes helps when you get to the corners, so you can approach those corners on its own. And when we reach those corners, there is a corner tool that actually lets you select the two corners and the geometry that wraps around it, and it automatically extends everything to our boundary quickly. All right, we'll extend all that. Complete this here, fill that in. There's a little piece that goes down here. Yep. And then we'll grab our corner and we're done there. Oh, there's one more piece here. Select this boundary line again. And fill that in. All right. So now we got a couple cavities here, holes that I have to fill in as well. So we can address those. Click OK. And I missed a corner. So just go back here and we'll fill it in. Right to this edge. Done. Okay. So now we're going to work on this area here. All right, and I got a special tool for this cavity, surface junction. And this thing's like magic. It's able to pretty much fill in this whole thing with a simple click. Done. Shift and click. Now, this is a very difficult shape to fill in and to try to create. It has a lot of organic curves and a lot of parametric shapes and curves that are transitioning from one to the other. So this is a very, very difficult shape to even create. So sometimes it just won't happen that easily. If you've ever had to deal with these, it's not going to always be one click and be done. Ideally, that's what we want. But let's say that's not the case here. And you still have the flexibility of just kind of treating everything separate. So we can, if we have to kind of create our surfaces separately, we can do that. We can go ahead and just kind of start creating them just like that. We could still fill this one in here and treat this one a little bit separate and then fill this one in. If you ever dealt with surfaces, you know that sometimes the one-click magic doesn't always work, and you just have to kind of separate the surfaces or the facets a little bit differently, just to kind of get the shape that you want to come out. So, and let's say I'm good with that, and then we have another one here that's a little bit difficult, can be. So I'll go ahead and just stretch that one out there, fill this one in, and fill that one in as well. So done. We've prepped this part quickly and easily, and now we are ready to start programming or whatever else we need to do during our next process here. So we'll take a look at another part now that we have to prep. We'll have to, fill in some of the surfaces here just to kind of get rid of these cavities, so we got kind of a shape to work with and sort of like a pre-trimmed shape. So we could use this trim editor, works just great. And all I have to do is click a couple spots there, and we should be able to fill in the area using this simplify tool here. So there's a bunch of little toolbars there. Fill in from here to here. There you go. All right, and once we're here, you can simply just right click, say boom, remove holes. Done. It's gone. Same thing here. Click on this. We'll remove these holes. All gone. Fill this in just with a couple clicks from there to there. And we'll have to go auto back, and we'll do the same thing. There you go. And I must have misclicked somewhere there. And then here, we'll do that same kind of junction tool. Go ahead and figure this out from here to here. Fill in that surface. All right, and then we can just fill in the rest, and we're done. Oh, we still got a little bit more left there. So we'll go ahead and treat that one here. Let's get our points in here. There you go. All right. Okay, all filled in. And then if we have to go over here to these, to the circles, there's a corner tool that'll with simplify here. When you treat this corner, it'll recreate that corner automatically. Do the same thing here. Click those 2 points, and we'll connect the dots over here as well. And then all we have to do is fill this in as well from here to here. Okay. So it's all prepped and ready to go. And now let's go ahead and take a look at another one here. And it's a pretty complicated part. It's sort of a stamped part. We have to create our, let's say, 3D edges on this. We may have to do a lot of things with this. Who knows? You can create, let's say, 3D edges pretty quickly. Well, one click of a button, and it'll create everything, even the holes and everything. If you don't want the holes, you can say just lines and arcs. You can say all edges. It'll do everything. Open edges. So whatever you want to do there, hit OK, and it's done. So you could use that as your toolpath, and we could do a lot of things with that as well. And you can also offset your curves if you need to. Let's say you're going to trim it in a couple spots. So we can go ahead and chain all around it. And then there you go. A couple copies at 4 millimeters apart. This one I think symmetric. Yeah, it's a metric one. So yeah, a couple 4 millimeters apart. Z's on 0. And then a couple copies spread out. So we can always go to 1 if we need to. And it pretty much offsets the whole thing. Pretty quickly and easily, we're done, we're prepped, we're ready to start programming. All right, it's that time. Let's take a look at the new machine solver, just released by MoldPlus, and we're going to see a simulation video here and take a look and pay attention to how it can unwind itself at certain locations. It detects when articulation is a little bit too much and possibly maybe unsafe, or maybe not kind of the best or preferred type of vectors being used. And you can see how easy it is to resolve those issues. And then at the very end, how it injects all that NCI data into the code in Mastercam prior to posting out the code. And when we look at the very final result, we can see how it simulates and compares the G code from the simulation that we've seen to the simulation in Simco Simulator, which is a final after post, which we call a G code simulator. So it simulates the final code that's actually being input in the machine, and you can see how everything matches up perfectly. So without further ado, let's jump into the video, and then I will be right back. All right. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Get your questions and we'll have some answers for you. So get your questions ready. I'd just like to quickly recap what we've kind of gone over is MoldPlus import tools, being able to import native files from some of these advanced CAD softwares. You can see CATIA, Siemens NX, Creo, stuff like that. Bringing the MBD data, the dimensioning, GD&T information, and all that directly into your file, into Mastercam, so you can program, as well as the design tools and the various functionality of messing with surfaces and prepping your parts, and the powerful tools that they have in order to do that quickly and easily, as well as the 5-axis toolkit for your 5-axis curves, drills, and swarf toolpaths. The plate fixture design, which is just instant, creation of some sort of fixturing for your different parts, and as well as the Electrode maker and that newly released machine solver. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and that you liked the machine solver and something that's new. And if you have any more questions about it or are interested in getting a demo or learning more about it, please reach out to your account manager, and we would love to show you a little bit more how that works and what what more it can do to solve those issues that you might be having on your machines with binding and different multi-axis rotational limits and stuff. Thank you for sticking till the very end. And now we will jump into some Q&As. Chat, if you got any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them for you.